Right now, I have class and the internet doesn't want to let me in class.
As I was there are graphs and
I can't understand what she's saying.
discuss it part. Okay.
Broadband access is not a luxury. It is an essential tool that must be available for all Texans. That is why I am making the expansion of broadband access an emergency item this session.
There's no doubt that the coronavirus pandemic has only exacerbated or laid bare the challenges that many Texans face and struggle with in terms of access to the internet, in particular broadband capabilities. When I look at all of the issues that have come about as a result of COVID-19, outside of people having access to vaccinations, this is the number one issue, and it's particularly acute across rural Texas. Every Texan, regardless of race, creed, color, or sex, deserves access to adequate broadband capabilities.
It's not like a regular neighborhood. A colonia are these neighborhoods that lack infrastructure in the sense of like drainage, public light, and they're usually really way out there in the county area. COVID kind of woke everybody up to the actual problem of lack of internet in rural areas. The problem was that we've been trying to ask for these advances in infrastructure since 2016. Areas out there do have access to satellite internet. It's one of the worst services you can get, and they ended up paying like a lot of money for them. A lot of the people there are low income. It's very difficult for them to have something that seems kind of like a luxury, and a lot of the community members were kind of left disconnected.
Entonces, las primeras 2 semanas de escuela, el niño, la verdad, no asistió porque no encontraba solución, y hablé a muchas compañías y dijeron que no había antena, que no hay cableado, que si yo quería un especial para mí, eran más de $3,000 que tenía que pagar. Y otros que pregunté me dijeron son $300 la antena más $75 la mensualidad, y pues es unos precios que la verdad yo no puedo pagar. La caja que tenemos es una que nos dio por parte de la escuela, es todo lo que se utiliza. Pero como le digo, son lentas también y a veces no funciona.
It's pretty bad. Cause I try to do something and it has a huge delay. I used to get 90s, now I have 80s and 170. I just hope it gets better soon.
There's not a simple overnight solution for expanding digital broadband services. We're going to have a plan within 12 months, and then from that plan, we will have a very detailed strategy in place to execute the development and deployment of additional broadband across the state. So we're trying to be realistic about this.
To me, internet access is like being able to turn on your water faucet, turn on your light switch. Those are important utilities that we have to have. Families that cannot make that connection and have to make those decisions about sending kids to school, in spite of the health risks that they are concerned about, it just simply is not an equitable situation for our families across the spectrum.
Our mom wants to send us to school, but there's the coronavirus. She doesn't want to risk us to go to school. So if we had better internet, we could stay here and not risk our family.
El motivo principal es todavía por la pandemia, ¿verdad? Nos cuidamos mucho, pero pues uno no sabe dónde se va uno a topar con ese virus, ¿verdad? Acá en nuestra colonia todavía carecemos de varios servicios como, pues sí, principalmente el internet. Por el momento tienen 2 hotspots aquí en la casa, ¿verdad? Que les brindaron de la escuela.
It kicked me out of class.
Están batallando un poquito. Internet de repente se sale completamente la señal. So, tienen que esperar o definitivamente perdieron una clase y así, constantemente.
We have to try until it works. I feel like it's very stressing. I don't feel like we're learning the same because we don't hear what the teacher's saying clearly. We have to log on and log back in. Sometimes it makes me mad.
Son muy inteligentes, pero pues cuando no hay internet de plano no podemos hacer nada. Yo no había escuchado sobre el tema de expandir el internet en las comunidades, pero si eso fuera verdad, sería algo muy bueno para todas las familias en clases por línea. Sería algo verdaderamente fabuloso de que pusieran el internet.
Free Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Where? That? How do you know it's free Wi-Fi? We had no idea. We were paying for Wi-Fi, but we didn't know we had free Wi-Fi.
Hidalgo County is proud to announce the commencement of Hidalgo County's Wi-Fi project.
So we had to do something. We had a golden opportunity with the money that the federal government sent us. So our program was to try to get Wi-Fi to at least 8,000 students in each precinct.
It's HC Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi. Like in La Colonia.
We wanted areas that had a lot of students that had very limited access. But since we had limited resources and limited time, we had to start with the biggest pockets of students. We have a long ways to go, but if we don't start now, when will we ever get to the finish line?
There's like free Wi-Fi in the neighborhood.
It's connected already. So now I have Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna struggle anymore with the Wi-Fi.
All in all, that internet connectivity is not a privilege, it's a right. For a place that feels like we're very ignored, like those are good signs for us.
I think the state is moving in the right direction. If it was a pandemic that forces that issue, then let's not let a good crisis go to waste. Let's take advantage of this opportunity and let's fill that void. And I think our legislature has the opportunity to do that this session.
Every Texan deserves access to adequate broadband capabilities. It's high time Texas got to work on this issue, and I think you're going to see the legislature act on that this session.